and let's talk some baseball, man. I got a good one for you, Roger. I don't know if you saw this, but anyway, first of all, follow the First Inning Radio Show. Search it on Spotify. Search it on Google, and you'll be able to find it on the platform that you can listen to it on. Or just go to my YouTube page, BX Bomber 2011, and you'll find the First Inning with me along with Roger, the big Yankee fan. Okay? So check this out. There's this guy on Twitter, Roger, because you're not on Twitter. His name is Yankee Report 28, and he has an American flag, right? I don't know how these people do it, man, but he went searching, and he was watching the World Series, and this guy, damn, where's the video? I gotta go to his actual page. He shows the video of Anthony Rendon from the Houston Astros, right? And he has the video of him actually using the buzzer, and it's on his bat.
Oh my goodness! Holy cow!
So check this out. No, check this out, Roger. He's at bat, right? I'm trying to find it right now. As I'm gonna trying to explain to you as I find it.
Okay.
Right. The guy, Anthony Rendon, he was at bat, and he had his bat in his hand. And when he swings the bat, right, the little buzzer is on top of the bat. You know, it has a corking on top of the bat, right? Man, I wish I could. Hold on a second. Let me get you a baseball bat. Hold on. Come on, Mama. Excuse me, Abby. Oh, come on. Why we need to? Okay. Let me get back on here. Show you something real quick. Okay. Now you see the baseball bat? Yeah. Right? Now you see how it has this corking in it?
Yes.
You see that? Now, when he goes up to bat in the World Series, he shakes the bat and the thing falls out of here.
Oh.
Falls out. And there's like a little buzzer on a Scotch tape, right? And what he does is he makes believe he drops down and he picks it up off the ground, and then he makes believe that he puts it into his pocket, right? So then he picks it up in his pocket, and then you see him trying to stick it back on to the top of the bat, right? But what happens is he doesn't realize that the tape is on the wrong finger, right?
Oh.
And he's tapping it with this hand, and it's stuck on this finger. And the catcher's looking at him like, really, dude? Like, you got a buzzer? Right? And then he puts it on, and then it doesn't stick. And then he puts it in his pocket. And you can clearly see it's Scotch tape. You know? Man, let me see. Here's a 30-second wait. I'm trying to find the full video. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
You can get a real good look
all right, you got to see this.
In about 2 seconds.
You got to see this.
Hey, welcome back to Grown Talks. I'm going to go through this as calm as possible. And I'm going to let you see.
Man, the damn thing is blocking me in the back here. Let me see if I can.
Frame by frame. Without
can you see it at least?
Trying to lose my cool.
Yeah, I can see it a bit.
Here we go. All right, I want you to let me slow that down just a little bit. All right, I want you to take a look right there. The tip of the bat. You're gonna see something glistening. See it? Get that in circle for you. Right there. See it? Now watch this. Chirinos. I'm going to slow it down even more. Speed it up. Chirinos is going to look to third. And I dropped it. I just noticed I dropped it. Oh shit, I dropped it. Okay, just pretend like you're picking something up. No big deal. Bend down here. Let me pick it up. Oh, there it is. Oh, what is this? Oh, it must be trash. Let me put that in my back pocket. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not actually going to put it in my back pocket, but I'm just going to pretend like I am. And I'm going to pull it out, and it's still there. Let me tap my bat. Meanwhile, the catcher's looking at you like, what the fuck, bro? And
You see it on his finger?
Right there.
Yes.
The picture we all know of. Right there, yeah, that picture. The one that you usually see circled in orange. There it is. Now, we're going to play through this. And you're going to get a real good look at the electronics inside this thing in about 2 seconds.
It's on his thumb. You see it?
Boom.
That's a little hard for me to see.
Yeah, but you can see it in the middle there. You can see that black little thing, that little black little dot?
Yeah.
That was the buzzer.
Again.
Wow.
That was the buzzer. That was the buzzer. So,
Wow.
I mean, these people in Yankee world, man, they can find it.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that is fantastic. And that looks like that was taking place at Yankee Stadium.
Let me see. Let me see if you can see this part right here. Can you see that?
Oh, yes. I see the little dark area. I see it. It's in its end.
That's the buzzer on a piece of Scotch tape. There it is.
Wow. Wow, that's
as good as a shot you can get.
Exactly. That really says it all, I will tell you.
So they were cheating.
Yes, they were. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Wow, man, ain't that crazy?
Yes. And when I'm having this difficulty with my computer, and I'm going to try to fix it, where the scroll bar is scrolling all the way down the page and then freezing down at the very bottom of the page and not being able to bounce up. You follow where I have a page up?
Yeah.
And then it will drop all the way to the bottom, scrolling up, and then it will stick at the bottom. And that's what happened with my article that I had here.
Wow. All right.
So I'm trying to find that again. But anyway, explain what took place with your
well, yeah, I've been going through it, man.
Your pay and your job.
Well, you know, I work in a school, and we feed the first responders children, and the city has failed to mail the checks out to people who don't have direct deposit. But then again, they didn't even inform people to do it the right way neither. So they just left people out in the cold, fending for themselves. And then when you call management or your union, they don't have no question for us. But thankfully, Roger, I kept with it, and I called 311, and New York City actually helped me. They gave me the right number to call. They gave me the right number to call Human Resources Direct Paycheck Department, and I actually got to speak to somebody, man. And I'm gonna be receiving my checks, and I'm gonna be signing up for damn direct deposit.
Yes, you definitely have to, and also to get this $1,200 stimulus.
I still haven't got it.
The best way is to have direct deposit. Otherwise, you could be waiting quite a number of months to get it. And they make people jump through hoops. And the way to have it is that you will have had to file 2018 or 2019 tax returns. And then you also have to be signed up for direct deposit in order to get this $1,200 stimulus.
Yeah.
Now, with me, with what I have with Social Security, I have direct deposit, but it's going to take longer than they even expected from the beginning. But I should be getting it sometime by the beginning or mid-May. I'll check on it next week. But in the meantime, you need to sign up for direct deposit because that is the best way to do it. That way, the money electronically goes right into your bank account.
Yeah, people. Yeah, man. The direct deposit is one big thing, but the thing is, what's going on now is a lot of people haven't received the check. You
Yes,
know?
I know. It shows the ineptitude of the government. I mean, this $1,200 payment was supposed to be first they were talking about the end of March, then the middle of April. Now they're talking sometime in the middle of May, and the response has really been rather poor with as far as helping the average working person, working man or woman, and helping those people. As of right now, the corporations and the banks and the corporate CEOs and big business are all getting a huge bailout, a $500 billion bailout with a B. $425 billion worth of that can be leveraged up to 10 times over, which points a $4.25 trillion money cannon, basically. Money cannon at the big corporations and big business. They will have access to trillions of dollars. And they're talking about bailing out the airline industry and the hotel industry. And they are set up to have trillions of dollars sent their way. Meanwhile, the working people who are considered essential workers just have a few crumbs thrown their way, and because the government wants to keep the pitchforks at bay. But the majority of the money all goes towards the oligarchs and the wealthy people, and the working people basically just have a few crumbs thrown their way.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you one thing. De Blasio said he's gonna throw a ticketed parade down the Heroes of Canyons for the first responders. Hopefully, school food workers will be included in that, and you'll see the BX bomber going down the Hero of Canyons.
That'll be a great vlog. That'll be a great vlog.
Oh yeah, oh, damn right, it's gonna be a great vlog.
Exactly. That'll be wonderful. And before my page scrolls, I better read this article again because I've been having this little difficulty here. I'm going to have to adjust this computer because, as I was saying, my page is scrolling. You know, where the scroll bar takes the page all the way down to the bottom, and then I can't get it back up. So I'll go through this right now. And there is somewhat of a chance that the 2020 MLB season gets canceled. That could both help and hurt the New York Yankees. But how? The New York Yankees 2020 season was supposed to get underway on March 26th in Baltimore. But because of COVID-19, there is still no time frame for when the MLB season will begin. For the same reason, there is a realistic chance that the season gets canceled entirely. Although the MLB has several potential contingency plans to start the season while the virus is still ongoing, ambitious, but that might be a little more unrealistic than some think. Without a vaccine, nobody knows how long this virus will be around. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred and the owners might ultimately decide that it's safer and in their best interest to cancel the season in its entirety. Let's hope not. If this happens, players' contracts would still move forward a year. Dodgers outfielder Mookie Betts and players like him who are set to become free agents after the 2020 season would still become free agents. The New York Yankees, who are entering the 2020 season as co-favorites to win the World Series. Bombers fans and players alike would be left wondering what could have been if there is no baseball this year. Hopefully, the season doesn't get canceled and we don't have to worry about this, but it's a genuine possibility. So if the MLB does decide to cancel the 2020 season, how would this impact the New York Yankees? And it says, how would it impact? How would it hurt? First of all, how would it hurt the New York Yankees? Cancellation of the 2020 season would both help and hurt the New York Yankees. Some don't realize just how much it would hurt them. As mentioned earlier, if the season is canceled, all contracts would still move forward a year. This means that if players were pending free agents after the 2020 World Series, this would continue to be the case. Here is a list of the essential Yankees who would become free agents at that time: Masahiro Tanaka, DJ LeMahieu, James Paxton, Brett Gardner with a team option, and J Happ vesting option. If the season gets canceled, it will
Breaking up. Oh no. You broken up here. Oh boy. Damn.
option is based on performance in the year prior.
Right.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I got you. I got you back. I can hear you.
Okay. But as I was saying, when I broke up, Masahiro Tanaka, DJ LeMahieu, James Paxton, Brett Gardner, and Jay Happ would all be free agents. And the Bombers would have to figure out their starting pitching rotation without Masahiro Tanaka and James Paxton. If the young pitchers in the organization aren't ready to step in, there will be a problem. Obviously, another problem with the season being canceled is the fact that each of their young stars will be moving closer to forcing the Yankees to make some difficult season decisions. In addition to this, the Yankees would miss out on a season which they would have entered with the highest of expectations, winning another World Series. If the 2020 season does get canceled, it will be gut-wrenching for the Yankees fans, players, and staff alike, because they will be left wondering what could have been. If it does get canceled, but Yankee fans will still be saying 2021 and saying 2021 should have been the year they went for 29 World Series championships instead of 28. With all of this in mind, the Yankees would be hurt quite a bit by the cancellation of the 2020 season. So that is a little bit of information about how the Yankees could get hurt. They could have some free agents that will move ahead a year, even if the year is canceled, and they will have to make decisions on players like DJ LeMahieu and Masahiro Tanaka and Brett Gardner. And about the way it could help them is players like Severino and James Paxton would be fully healthy by 2021.
Wow, man, that's mind blowing, man. So here's the question, right? I was talking to a guy on Twitter today about playing the baseball season. Now, I understand that baseball is already financially losing fans, right? But do you think that this will financially hurt baseball if they don't play a season?
Well, yes, it most certainly will, because they won't have the gate. And and by the way, this reminds me, there are two baseball fans. One is a Yankee fan and one is a Mets fan. And they are organizing a class action lawsuit against MLB baseball.
Right.
Because, and me included, they are holding on to the ticket money of all of these people. They are having the games listed as postponed. And, my games that have passed, April 4th, 5th, and 6th, they just have it listed as
Breaking up a little bit there.
And they are not giving.
Well, you broke up there. So what's happening is that the Yankees are holding on to the money as credit for next year. Hopefully it comes back. Well, I see him there. Can you see me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yes. Okay,
right,
here,
cool.
all right, I moved over. Let me go back. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm having bad reception today. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. What is happening is a Met fan and a Yankee fan are offering up a class action lawsuit because the baseball is not refunding the money for the canceled games. They are holding on to the money and they are having it listed as postponed. You would be
Oh,
facing the same thing, and they are not releasing that money. They are just listing them as postponed and not offering refunds at this point in time. And many of the fans feel that this is a time when they need the money back because of the crisis. And MLB is still not offering refunds. So they are leading a class action lawsuit to get their money back.
well, let me. I'm not to defend Major League Baseball or the Yankees, but I want to in this point.
Right.
Um, Let me defend Yankee Stadium at least. Yankee Stadium. Major League Baseball has suspended all MLB operations. Okay, so there's nobody allowed on the premises. So technically, there's nobody there to give you the refund back. Because there's somebody have to put it in the computer to give it to you. That's the thing, because you have to call and they'll give it to you. So they're gonna have to wait till they lift the ban of only essential workers, and then the ticket booth will open and they'll get their money back. You know?
I see. Yes, that is a good point you just made.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the Yankees have no doubt of giving their money back if they want it back. You know?
Right,
You
right.
know?
But I do believe obviously this will hurt if they're not able to play in Yankee Stadium. They make millions and millions of dollars with the fans coming to Yankee Stadium. They still have the large television contracts. But if they were able to have the season without any fans in the stadium, that they will still have the large television contracts and people can see them on TV.
True.
And that would work, but they will lose a lot from no fans being in the stadium.
Well, Roger, they've been robbing fans of money. The Yankees been robbing Yankee fans for a long time for money.
Yeah.
So I think I think Yankee Stadium be just fine for 1 year without baseball. you know,
Wow.
you know,
Yeah.
because in my opinion, if they can't play in New York, they shouldn't play at all.
Yes.
If
See,
you
I go
can't,
a little bit against you because I'm willing to take whatever I can get at this point. And with MLB.TV, I have that for the entire year. And they have released the archives for 2019 and 2018 season. But I would take seeing some 2020 Major League Baseball right from my big screen TV in the
right,
comfort of the basement.
right. But here's the catch, man. Right now, only the minor
And
leagues. on-
uh,
Right now, only the minor leagues have agreed to play baseball if if it returns. So also, minor league baseball has agreed to lower the amount of teams to start a regular season this year if they could. Not only that, uh, with Major League Baseball has a thing where the teams have to agree to play, and not all teams are agreeing to play in the season. And the Yankees and Mets are one of them. They haven't agreed to any terms yet. You know?
yes, you were telling me about that. I was looking for some articles on that. And what is it? Is it the management or the players themselves that don't want to play?
Nobody knows. There's no word on that. There's no word on that. But for one thing, the Yankees and Mets are not on the list of teams
I
that are
see.
agreed to play. So it's probably Brian Cashman because he's the one that has to tell them we're good. So maybe there's an internal problem there where he can't say the okay yet. You know?
And Trump has this bringing sports back task force. But what he's doing is he's talking to a lot of the owners of the sports franchises, and he's talking to the commissioners, and he has no player representation. Once again, he is talking with all of the higher ups and the managers, and the billionaire owners, and he does not have any representation for the players to discuss the reopening of sports.
I mean, well, honestly, to reopen up everything to go back to normal, they have to have a vaccine to make it
Right.
as the common cold again. Without that, you're
Yeah.
not gonna see concerts or large gatherings ever again until they do that. And not only that, I heard that they would actually let fans
Yeah.
watch games if they socially distance them, so they would have to pay for certain seats or something. It's something crazy, but it's the way it sounds ridiculous.
I heard Dr. Fauci, who is the lead man in the administration, discussing that it's not impossible for fans to come back to Yankee Stadium this year, but what they would have to do is socially distance, meaning that the Yankees could only sell about half or a third of to the stadium capacity, and then people would have to be sitting multiple seats apart from one another.
Oh wow, that would be nice, but you probably have to pay double a ticket then, right? How much amount of money
I
that ticket?
I don't think they have. I don't think they have the nerve to do something like that to people. I think they would be happy to have people in there so they can make some money out of it all. If they start, if they're shameless and start charging people for multiple seats, then they can forget about it.
Yeah, I don't see it happening though. You know,
You know?
I don't see it happening like that. They're gonna have to wait for a vaccine to do all this again. You know, because
And there is,
they don't know if it could come back again for a second wave as they talk about, right?
yes.
And now with all these states reopening and stuff like that, they think all these other states that are protesting, Ohio, Michigan, Texas, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, all these places, they think that the people in New York dying is fake. They think it's fake over here. They think this is fake news, man. That's why they don't believe it.
I do have another way of looking at it too, and that is that will obviously certainly with the MAGA hats and
You're breaking
the
up. You gotta say
Confederate
it again. Say it
flags.
again. You're breaking up.
Okay, let's see.
All right,
Uh,
perfect.
okay. As of right now, there are a certain number of people that are, ignorant about a certain number of things, and they think things are fake, and they have Confederate flags, and they have the MAGA hats and everything. But also, many of them are just terrified,
Yeah.
where the government is not taking care of people. There is not a good social safety net. So they feel that the only way that they're going to be able to feed their families and have an income is that they are going to have to risk their lives and get back to work and open things up because the government is not taking care of them. They think they have to take things into their own hands in order to be able to stay alive.
No, that's true.
There's no social safety net. If we had a universal basic income and their health care was taken care of and there was a moratorium on rent and that kind of thing, then they wouldn't be so quick to worry about coming back and breaking the quarantine. You follow what I mean?
Right. Right. Yeah.
So
I mean, how long can you? I mean, I understand people have to work. It's right. It's true. People do have to work, man. But I guess they're gonna have to figure out a way to do it safely, right? But
yes,
they're not doing it in a safe way. Meaning, like, okay, if I open up the restaurant, maybe only do takeout or something like that. You know what I mean? Or find ways where you can sell your product and still social distance yourself. You know,
I
so
believe that the restaurants are offering takeout now, but you can't sit inside, so they still have that now.
right,
But that was the point that I was trying to make. Yes, some are, cultural, have some cultural things going on where they could be a bit racist and have a Confederate flag or believe things, but I blame the government more or less because the government, as I said earlier, is taking care of corporations. But people are
Yeah.
such nihilists right now that they have no idea. They have no idea how they're going to survive, and they feel the only way they can survive is by going out and risking their lives and working.
Yeah, man, that's true, man. A lot of people are down and out, but you see, the thing is, like in like let's say like New York City, a lot of the stores closed down, so they were forced to have unemployment, right? Um,
Yeah.
those people who are unemployed, hopefully they get their jobs back when it reopens, right? But
Hmm.
from what it sounds like, New Yorkers aren't getting unemployment checks for like a whole month later.
Oh, for goodness sakes, the websites and the services are shut down. Some
You know?
people's full-time job is trying to get unemployment.
Yeah, people have signed up and they have to wait almost like 4 weeks to get even a check.
If they can even get through to the site on the computer, the site
Yeah,
has been crashing. And I mean, the systems are just terrible. It's just terrible. So these people feel that the only way that they can survive is to take matters into their own hands. The whole system is failing. And
yeah,
other countries are paying 80% of the workforce salary. Countries in Europe and other modern countries are keeping the people connected with their jobs and paying their salaries. The United States is separating people from their jobs and forcing them to try to get on unemployment. So therefore, their job is not guaranteed when this thing ends.
yeah. So true, man. It's not even.
You
It's not even. It's not even a game anymore. And people think that like it's all fake news. Like nothing's really happening over here in New York. But it's like for the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks, about it's between 500 and 700 people a day dying over here.
Yes, in New York City, yeah.
Just finally, it's under 500 for the last 2 days. It's been under 500 people. You know how many people that is? That's a lot of people.
Yes,
You
it
know?
is. It's a tragic situation. It really is. And we had over 2,000 die in the United States, I believe, yesterday. And New York City is still the epicenter, and it is getting hit very hard. And those also, what's happening is we are a very polarized society as well, where you will have your Republican right wing talking points from Fox News, and then you will have your corporate media talking points from like MSNBC.
Right.
So it depends on where the people are getting their information from as to what they believe.
Right. And a lot of
You
people
know,
are getting a lot of people are getting false information, different information. It's all
right?
weird, man. It's like I don't understand how um New York City never had an emergency plan. Like
Yes, I know.
we watched so many movies on epidemics, and everybody watched the movie Outbreak and all that. And you telling me you never had an emergency plan for something like that? And not I mean, even if a make believe one, you never even had a make believe one. And and here's another thing. Like, doesn't the hospitals have their own emergency plan? If there was a breakout, wouldn't the hospitals have their own? You would think they would have these just because they're in a hospital. So I guess they would be thinking all these ideas. Oh man, let's make an emergency plan in case of a pandemic breaks out, and we'll have a plan to make to make this room a COVAX center and blah blah blah. No, no, nothing. Everybody just shows up to work and clocks in, right?
Yes,
Right. That's what
and
happens.
supply wise, the United States is now a service economy. The United States barely does not have any manufacturing in this country anymore. Everything is outsourced. It all has a lot to do with extreme capitalism, and it's cheaper to make things overseas. And we really don't manufacture anything here. And that is also another reason why the hospitals were cut so short with having masks or having ventilators. And it does not pay corporations to have these things on stock and ready to go. That does not
I know,
put
man.
profits into the CEO's pockets.
At least we got
It does not,
baseball. This right here, made in the USA, baby. Rawlings. There it is. Rawlings, made in
right.
the USA.
Yes, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. But I'm hoping that there's some talk that the next wave, if we do have the next wave this coming winter of 2021, could be even worse than what we're going through now. So
Yeah.
it's very depressing. Very
Yeah,
depressing.
because
We have
this
no
is the
idea.
problem. Uh it takes almost over a year to 18 months to even come up with that vaccine because they're testing it
Earlier.
now, you know? So yeah, they have to figure it out and it's gonna take that long. So next winter when the flu season comes around again, it could be another pandemic.
Right. Right. It really is a very scary situation as of this point in time. And, there's just a lot of uncertainty. We have a lot of uncertainty and we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, man, it's true, man. Nobody knows nothing. That's the problem. You
But I
know?
did want to say to you on the show that was very nice of you to think of me and get me a new Yankees hat. That was
Yeah,
very
man. I
nice of
gotta
you.
send it to you, man.
I
One of
appreciate it
these
so much.
days, uh, it'll be sent out there.
That was so thoughtful of you. That was very nice of you.
Well, actually, there's no
And
way of
you
sending
see,
it. The post office is closed. Good.
I've got my new Yankees jersey on now.
Yeah, that's
It
a
is
nice one.
yeah, it is the spring training. It is the spring training version of the
Nice,
alternative uniform, and it is
nice.
pretty nice jersey. And it was a clearance actually. It was $110 jersey for $54.
Oh, that's not bad. It's pretty damn good. Does it
And
have a number on the back?
oh yeah, I haven't even checked that. Oh my goodness, no number on the back.
Oh, okay, that's
The
cool.
number on, but it was a clearance jersey, and it doesn't have the Nike slash,
Oh,
because it
okay.
was a 19 clearance one.
Oh, that's last year's
But
jersey. Got you.
right, it was clearance,
Nice.
and it
That's
was
good.
originally about $110, but I got it for 54. But the delivery was rather high. It was
Oh, wow.
$13 for delivery.
Wow. And that's not airmail, right? That's regular mail, right?
Right, right. I think UPS or something brought it. I might have messed up. There might have been some other options, but I just saw what was checked and went with that.
Oh,
But it's still quite a deal compared to $110, $120 jersey, what it normally is.
that's good, man. So
You
yeah,
know.
man, I guess we've been here a while. I guess we can end it here, right?
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, man. It's been good talking baseball, man. Hopefully we get back into the game somehow.
Yes, I hope so. We'll have to see how it goes.
But shout out to Yankees Report 28 on the video of Anthony
The
Rendon
buzzer.
with the buzzer, man. Ain't that something? These people know how to find it, man. But yeah, thank you
I
for
also
watching.
like
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I was also going to say I like two guys that are kind of they can be a little bit like on the Wise Alex side, but I like John Boy Jake. I don't know if you ever saw John Boy Jake.
Oh,
He,
Jumbo, yeah,
yeah, yeah, they're pretty big, and they do a Yankees podcast as well. I
yeah,
like them too.
yeah. They're pretty in tune, into the players. They're more into the news side.
Right,
We're not into that part. We're more on the fan side. Like we're not Yes Network sportscasters. You know what I'm saying? We're
right.
speaking from the fan experience. You know what I
We're
mean? We're not
layman.
right. We're not trying to be Michael K and all that. We we're fans. And that's what we
Right,
we speak our our thoughts of a fan, you know. So
Right.
those guys, they do more of that type of stuff. They're more like
Well,
ESPN type
they're
of
pretty
analysts.
big. They can get players on and that kind of thing.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
And I like B for the pitch as well.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you for watching, everybody, and so long.